All right, guys, what is going on? My name is Pipe Bomb City, and welcome to a video that came out of nowhere, I guess. I was on WWE's YouTube channel. I was looking through their shit, God knows why, and I found out they had something for SmackDown, so I clicked on it, and then I was kind of interested in that. So I kept looking at it, and it turns out SmackDown was actually relevant this week. This was what kind of made me to go back. I looked at my recordings. I had SmackDown recorded, so I said, hey, you know what? Let's fucking watch it. So I did, and it was all right. It wasn't bad. It actually had things that had to do with main storyline. So here I am now making my first ever SmackDown review. It's the first time I'm ever fucking doing this. So hopefully it goes well. I haven't watched SmackDown in a while. I really haven't even talked about it at all. So hopefully this goes well. Before this video begins, just be sure to check out my Instagram at instagram.com/pipebombcity. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, and comment your opinions. Let's try and get 40 subscribers by Monday. All right, guys. Also, for video schedules this week, Payback review is probably going to come maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday. And if there is no Payback review, I'm sorry. Just check my Instagram and stuff will be there. Well, we kicked off the night with Roman Reigns coming out, and he was talking about AJ Styles and blah, blah, blah. It's been the same thing that's been going on in the past few weeks where he says, I respect him, but I know you're behind this, and I'm going to get you. And that's what kind of happened. So then The Miz comes out with Maurice, and he plays that character so damn well. I can't even describe it to you guys. Just the fucking top heel. I love The Miz, I predict that Cesaro is probably going to take the title from him. That's fine, though. I think him and Cesaro can have a really good program going into SummerSlam. It could build up. Cesaro is a good champ. Maybe they'll do the hot potato thing with it. Hopefully not, because, that already happened around WrestleMania time. But going on to this, Miz comes out, makes his little references, and then he says, I predicted from day one Styles will be bad, and then Reigns punches him in the face. I don't know why. I didn't really watch it all. It does that, and then it's confirmed tonight it's going to be champion versus champion, Roman Reigns versus The Miz, so that's happening. That's what they usually do on SmackDowns. They have someone at the beginning, and it crazily affects the main event. Crazily affects can't speak. All right. But that segment happened, and up next time we had a 6-man tag team match. We had the League of Nations, Sheamus, Del Rio, and Rusev going against who was Sami Zayn, Cesaro, and the U.S. champ, Kalisto. Honestly, though, this fucking U.S. champ, I think this is his first win in a while. Honestly, I don't know. I can't guarantee anything. This is a win, I guess, other than fucking main event and superstars, if those are even still around. That's kind of it. I don't remember the last time he's won. Well, I mean, not singles-wise, because that's fucking poof. It's a while ago. And that's WrestleMania kickoff. Or somewhere around there, But in a tag team match, Christ, this is the first one in a while, I think, But, he's our great champ. He's tiny. He's the underdog. We love him. I guess that's how it's supposed to work. But what happened in this match, League of Nations had their issues, and there's been rumors going around for a while that these guys were going to break up because there's really nothing for them to do. Barrett's gone now. They got rid of Barrett, and before the match started, they did a little promo, and Renee was like, the League of Nations, you're stronger than ever. And they're like, yeah, we are. Barrett sucks. Yeah. So then they come out. They have this match. Del Rio has his issues with Rusev or something like that. I don't really know. A tag, something like that, gets in the ring. So then Del Rio walks out. Rusev then walks out a little after that, after him and Sheamus go through some shit. Then Sheamus fucking walks out, and then the match is over. The ref counts to 10. Honestly, if I were any three of those guys, I think that'd be kind of fucking weird. You're just standing there, you're just waiting for them. You're just waiting for the ref to count to 10. He's not going to come back. But you just gotta stand there. No, I don't know. The match itself, I can't really rate it on anything because it was kind of a short-lived match. It kind of just was like, all right, babyface versus heels, but heels break up. And then after the match, Sheamus was like, the league is done. That's kind of it. So the League of Nations is over. That just shows how that kind of just sums up their time in the WWE, the League of Nations. They ended it on a SmackDown in a 6-man tag, randomly out of nowhere, not going with any feuds, and Sheamus just blurts it out. No build up or anything. So that happens, I guess. I really don't care. I really won't miss them. I'm happy that they're gone. You know, Sheamus can move on to his own things, you know. Rusev, goddamn, I think he's back with Lana now. Groovy. They're not going to do shit, but, you know, at least they're back, I guess. I don't know. Del Rio can probably do his own thing. Maybe he can work with Cruz. That'd be interesting. I don't really know. All right, up next, so we had Baron Corbin in a squash match against Damian Sandow. Damian Sandow was on fucking SmackDown, or just on television in general. Did the entrance and everything. God damn it, this poor man. Feel horrible for him, honestly. You know, it's guys like him and Swagger. I really don't understand why they're still here, honestly. They could just go. Maybe they're not independent contractors and they have to wait it out. But God damn it, just quit. And maybe they want to be good guys. You know, they don't want to quit and turn their back on the company. You know, that's fine, I guess. Or maybe they just have their own reasons. I'm just some guy that talks about them on the internet. I don't fucking know. But it's just, there's some times you just go, like, you just, why? You know, I don't know. I don't understand it. Maybe they can walk out. They could take the WWE title in Chicago and then they could put it in their fridge. I don't know. Maybe they could do that against John Cena, Money in the Bank. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool. But this was, again, a squash match just to try and build up Corbin for him against Ziggler. I don't recall Ziggler attacking. I think he did, though. But, again, I'm kind of shady on this part. I really... I'm not a SmackDown fan, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just doing this together to get to the good stuff, like the fucking New Day and the main event. I want to talk about Cruz for a while and the Ambrose Asylum. That's the stuff I want to talk about. So I'm just going to fly through this. Corbin is ready for Ziggler. That's kind of that was a statement of this segment. And he's picking on poor Sandow, you know, right next to the fucking barrier, beating the shit out of him in his pink tights. His purple boots, so I don't know, knee pads, pardon me. Excuse my grammar. Next, so we had the Ambrose Asylum. I think this is where the order of matches gets a bit mixed up for me. I don't fucking know. The Ambrose Asylum I'm going to talk about next. Ambrose comes out before Ambrose Asylum actually starts. He makes a promo for Jericho, and then he gets the show actually started. All right, and then he calls out Natalya, and then Charlotte comes out, you know, and she's with Ric Flair. And Natalya, man, I don't know how I feel about this, you know, because in the ring, before all the NXT women came up, you know, she was like the number one. Like, oh yeah, push Natalya. I love her, you know, she's good in the ring. She's the beater upper, you know, that's how it was. But now that she's kind of overshadowed, and it's just this, she could be the total divas champ. She could be that, you know, because she fucking owns that. I don't know. But she's doing her own thing. Ever since Cesaro and Kid kind of broke up, it's been just downhill, irrelevant. I don't really know how to describe it. Now here she is. She's just kind of there, you know. I just remember that she had someone. She challenged her for the Divas title at Roadblock, you know. So that kind of happened. You know, there was no build up to that. Now here she is again. Like, all right, well, we could say Banks, Bailey, Asuka, and Becky, you know, we could save them for SummerSlam or different times. Right now, let's just feed her to Natalya, and they could have a little program, and it'll be fine. You know, she's our girl. That's how the WWE thinks. You know, and that's fine. They just want some filler for Charlotte. It's fine. Why did she get this title shot? Because at the celebration, she spoke. For the celebration for her title, she was the only one that spoke. So I guess she's number one contender now. Ho ho ho. Doesn't win or anything, but she talked. Must be very serious. I don't know. I'm out of it. But again, not really much build up. This kind of just happened, and Ambrose just made it all better. You know, not really much to say about that. Up next, though, I want to talk about Apollo Crews versus Stardust. Mostly Apollo Crews. You know, Apollo Crews versus Stardust. It was just a short little match. Cruz wins, and he's undefeated right now. So I think that's what they're going with right now. Cruz is undefeated right now. He's just doing his own thing, where he'll just pretty much go against the jobbers and a win, and that's kind of it. That's what he's doing right now. Who else did that? Bo Dallas, and we know where he is now. Fucking social outcast, which I'm going to talk about right after this. So hooray for him. He's going mainstream. Sound like such a fucking idiot. Cruz, pretty much, as I said, he's undefeated. He's doing his own thing right now, where he's kind of just, again, as I said, he's just beating the jobbers. And they want to do this thing where he's undefeated. That's understandable. I can understand why, but god damn it, I predicted that he was going to be going against fucking, I think it was Jericho, But this man's WWE run is a my career game, pretty much. That's what's going on. He debuted Raw after WrestleMania. It was like, all right, who's going to debut tonight? We had all these surprises in mind, but it wasn't a surprise. It was just like, all right, up next, whoa, Apollo Crews. Be sure to tune in. That was kind of it. It wasn't any build up beforehand. They were deciding to build up Primo and Epico instead of this, I guess. I can't wait for those guys. That was sarcasm. So no build up or anything like that. He just kind of just comes out on Raw, and then he beats Breeze, and that was kind of it. And then he went on to have some rivalry, if you'll call it that, with the social outcasts, and he was gonna join, I think, at a time. That was part of a storyline. If he couldn't beat Heath Slater, wow, then he had to join the social outcasts. So that kind of just happened, and then they finished that, and now here he is. All that in just a month, less than a month. So you know what? That's understandable. Again, it's a my career game. He's gonna move up the ranks. He's undefeated right now, but eventually there's just that one time he loses, and it's gonna bring him down. Hopefully they don't do that. Hopefully soon he'll be on the level of Corbin, Ziggler, The Miz, The New Day, Del Rio, Rusev, guys like that. Ambrose, if you will. Jericho, Zayn Owens. You get that. Hopefully he'll be on that by the end of the summer, around that time. Because right now, he really isn't doing much. He hasn't talked on the mic, I don't think, yet. And it's just he's the guy. He's Rocky Maivia. He's just, I'm so happy to be here. Look at me. I'm athletic. And god damn it, this man is so fucking athletic. He has the same style as Neville, but it's different. It's the same style, but again, it's different. It's very weird. I don't know how to describe it. But again, this guy fucking amazes me. I love him. Hopefully he could, start doing something on the mic. Again, but right now he's this characterless guy who he's so happy to be there, and he just wins. Look at me, I could do a flip. That's nothing against him. That's kind of just booking's fault. But I'm not going to assume anything yet. I'm just going to give it some time. But again, he defeated Stardust. I think he's like 6-0 right now. So that's the thing. Up next, so the New Day fucking interrupts commentary between Enzo and Cass and who was it? Oh yeah, Social Outcasts. Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. What a team. So New Day's on commentary. You got fucking Byron sitting like a fucking dolt right next. Sorry. I'm looking at I'm looking at the picture, and I can't take it seriously. So Byron is sitting there while New Day is on commentary. Speaking of, as I said, I've not watched a full SmackDown in months. So when I found out, I noticed that Jerry was gone on Raw. I always knew that he was at SmackDown. When I was informed who was going to be doing what shows, when all that stuff came out, and Lawler was sent to SmackDown with, I think it was Tom Phillips at the time, and Byron, I understood, that's fine. And now, of course, he's replaced with Morrow, who, god damn it, I love this man to death. He is my favorite on commentary. I didn't see any of his UFC work before him. I knew he was a big deal. I've heard a lot about him. And then when he came to the WWE, everyone was freaking the fuck out. So that was interesting. He's grown on to this business, if you'll call it, very fast, So props to him. He's fucking amazing on commentary. I like the guy a lot, But what happened next? So, as I'm saying, Jerry Lawler, I didn't even know this guy was on SmackDown, but I guess he's doing some heel thing now where he's like the heel and he picks on Byron, I guess, and I'm supposed to hate him, but I don't know. It's weird. I've never really liked Jerry Lawler, but you know what, man? He's doing his own thing down there. I'd say Hall of Fame pretty soon, but he's already a fucking Hall of Famer. He's been doing commentary for a long time, long time. And now he's on SmackDown. It's kind of sad that he's probably going to end his commentary career on the bottom, so I don't know. I don't want to see him on Raw, but, they should have ended it while it was kind of up there, last year. Or maybe he'll go back to Raw. He's still doing pay-per-views. I don't fucking know. I think he's doing pay-per-views, right? I think so. I'm almost certain that it is. Or maybe it's just Byron, JBL, and Michael. Shit, it might be. I don't know. I don't really know. Don't care enough to keep talking about it. So the New Day's on commentary. They fucking killed it. It was hilarious. I loved it. And then Enzo and Cass put on a match. I guess I can call it that. It was a short match against the Social Outcasts. They win and blah, blah, blah. That just sets it up for payback. All right. But this is what I really made this review for. If you notice that I'm kind of rushing through everything, I'm not really rushing through. It's just there really isn't much to talk about. I understand why now I don't make a lot of SmackDown reviews. I understand that now. It's very clear to me. Very clear. This is what I really wanted to talk about because this was just gold for me. I don't care if I've seen it 100 times before, which I have. It's the storyline happens a fucking lot, and this kind of action before pay-per-views happens a lot. But goddamn it, I don't know why I love this one so much. Main event: Reigns versus Miz. I think Styles comes out. He's at ringside, I think, and then they get in the ring together after Miz fucking lost. And then the Bullet Club. I'm sorry, I can't call them yet. They're not the Bullet Club yet. Can't wait for fucking Sunday. So Gallows and Anderson come out, and they're helping him out. And then the Usos come out, Usi and Juicy. So they fucking. I'm sorry. They come out. They're beaten with Gallows and Anderson. They throw the Usos out of the ring. Reigns fucking spears a spear to hell, ladies and gentlemen. I could feel like that hurt. God damn it. And I was fucking watching on television. That spear from Reigns to Gallows. God damn it. That was powerful. A very emotional moment, I guess. Not really. But so then Styles gets all pissed. He's trying to attack him, and God damn, I don't even know why. It's felt so good to me just to see this. This rivalry is coming to an end. I don't think they're gonna have rematches. They might, just depending on if WWE takes the chance. Either Styles wins, becomes the champion with Gallows, Anderson, and possibly Balor, and then they could have the Bullet Club. That's that. He could fucking rip off something. I don't know. Maybe he can get a shirt that says Bullet Club after the match, put it on, and they'll all pull the fists together like the Shield, and it'll be like Bullet Club. Yeah, maybe that'll happen. I don't know. Or they could have Reigns win. He could work with the Gallows and Anderson. They could have the Roman Empire / Bullet Club. I don't know what you want to call it. Or they could just have, which I really hope they don't do this, Reigns wins clean. The end. Or they could have Styles wins clean. That's not that bad. I like that guy. Yeah, I bought a shirt. It's coming right now, actually. I can't wait to get it. That was a lie. I did not buy it, but I actually really want to. Both the times I tried, it was out of stock. So, I don't know. I'll probably get a Styles shirt soon. Probably not, but, I like to talk about it. But pretty much looking forward to that match on Sunday. This, honestly, is really all I have to talk about. This was kind of just a quick review here. Not really much to say about it. This was kind of just SmackDown. I just felt like making this just to get a video out here. Because I really just wanted to talk about the stuff that went on here. And even if it wasn't as long as I'd like, I just needed to talk about it. All right. Thank you guys so very much for watching. This is Pipe Bomb City. This is probably the only SmackDown review I will ever make in history. So watch this 100 times because you are watching history in the making. This video is going to be the WWE's intro now, where they have the then, now, forever. This is going to be in the W. Just wait and see. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Be sure to check my Instagram, instagram.com/pipebombcity. We are fucking killing it right now. So again, thank you guys so very much for watching. I really appreciate that. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, and comment your opinions. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. All right. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment your opinions. This is Pipe Bomb City, and I will see you all next time.